Hello YouTube, this is Core22 here, back with another 100-point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing miniatures. For tonight we're looking at an interesting build I've got going on here. We've got two T-70 X-Wings piloted by Poe Dameron and Ello Asty, and we have an RZ-1 A-Wing Interceptor piloted by Arvel Crynyd of Green Squadron. The idea behind this is it's a bit of a synergy build. Poe and Ello are kind of the outmaneuvers of the group, using their abilities plus their upgrades to get the drop and possibly get the drop on the enemy and possibly get in behind, or basically with them you want to be outside the firing arc. But Arvel, he's the blocker. Like, he's the guy that's going to be rushing in, blocking people and all that stuff, and I'll explain to you in a bit. So yeah, that's the ships and their pilots and their abilities. Let's look at the build itself. 3-ship build, pretty self-explanatory. Minimally upgraded as much as I could for this particular thing, for this particular squadron. We'll start with the squadron leader, who is none other than one of my personal favorites, Poe Dameron. Coming in at a pilot skill of 8, he flies the Incom T-70 X-Wing fighter for the Resistance. He has a standard stat line of a T-70. He has an attack value of 3, an agility value of 2, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 3. His action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and boost actions. He costs 31 points to field. His upgrade bar consists of the elite upgrade, a warhead upgrade, an Astromech, and a tech upgrade. His pilot ability reads: while attacking or defending, if you have a focus token, you may change one of your focus results to a hit or evade result. So with Poe, focusing is key. Pretty sure I explained this before. You want to focus him as much as you can. That way you can use Poe's ability to the best of his ability, especially with the modification I've given him, which is the Autothrusters modification. Comes in at a squad point cost of 2. And it reads: when defending, if you are beyond range 2 or outside the attacker's firing arc, you may change one of your blank results to an evade result. You can equip this card only if you have the boost action icon. So anything that's like an A-Wing, a T-70 X-Wing, a TIE Interceptor, a TIE Punisher, Star Viper, or what's that other one? The Aggressor, they can all take Autothrusters because they all inherently have the boost action icon. But with Poe, this helps him out a bit, because you only have 2 agility. You only have 2 agility with Poe unless you're beyond range 2. Then we should get 3, and this helps especially because this helps especially against turreted ships. And I can personally say from experience that when I originally had stealth device on Poe, but when I put on the Autothrusters and I was up against one of my friend's K-wings for the league match, or not for the league match, for a tournament, this thing was a godsend. Like, this thing, like, I can't express how awesome these things are. I've waited so long to have these. I finally got them. And they're lifesavers, let me tell you. For his other upgrades, for his elite, giving him push the limit, comes in at a squad point cost of 3, and it reads: once per round after you perform an action, you may perform one free action shown in your action bar, then receive a stress token. Self-explanatory, very commonly used. You get an action, you can choose to do a free action, but you know the free action, as long as it's not the same action, then you get a stress from it. For his droid, given his own personal droid, which is BB-8, comes in the squad point cost of 2. Let's focus. And it reads: when you reveal a green maneuver, you may perform a free barrel roll action. So I'm pretty sure I've explained this before, but here's how Poe Dameron works. Poe Dameron reveals, say, any of his speed 1s, or straight speed 2 or straight speed 3. You can choose to trigger BB-8, which gives you the free barrel roll, which then triggers push the limit, because push the limit states that when you perform an action, it doesn't state whether it's your initial action or your free action. It just states when you perform an action. So you trigger BB-8, which then triggers push the limit, which allows you to either focus or target lock, or boost or target lock. And then of course you get the stress from push the limit. But then you receive this. But then you make your green maneuver. You get the stress, or you make a green maneuver. You remove the stress. Sorry, and that allows you to free up, and that frees you up for taking your third action. So it is within the rules. You can do this. It is legit strategy, just in case anyone was wondering. But this build is legit. It is allowed. I've seen people use it over and over again, and it's a very efficient strategy of making Poe one of the most quintessential art dodgers in the X-Wing game. Moving on to his wingmate, we have Ello Asty. Coming in at a pilot skill of 7, he flies the Incom T-70 X-Wing fighter for the Resistance. He also has the standard stats of an X-Wing. A T-70 is attack 3, agility 2, hull 3, shield 3. Action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and boost up actions. Costs 30 points to field. His upgrade bar consists of the elite upgrade, a warhead, an astromech, and a tech upgrade. His palatability reads: while you're not stressed, you may treat your Talon Roll left and Talon Roll right maneuvers as white maneuvers. So Ello Asty is the Talon Roll expert. Normally, Talon Rolls are considered red maneuvers, but thanks to Ello Asty's ability, as long as he's not stressed, all of his Talon Rolls are white maneuvers, which opens up a lot of options for him. Especially since what I've got on him today. Also gave him the Autothrusters, which allows for good arc dodging. As long as he's outside of the enemy's firing arc or beyond range 2, he can change one of his flanks to an evade. You can do so. You can only put this on if he inherently has the boost action icon, which he does. For his elite upgrade, I've chosen to give him Daredevil. It comes in a squad point cost of 3 and has the action hero icon, which states it must be performed during the action phase, or activation phase, I should say. It says execute a white hard hard left 1 or white hard right 1 maneuver, then receive a stress token. Then, if you do not have the boost action icon, roll 2 attack dice, suffer any damage, and crit damage rolled. So this thing is a must for ships that have boost action. If you put this on a ship that doesn't have the boost action icon inherently, then yeah, the only way around this is if you put an engine upgrade on, say if you want to put Wedge Antilles, this on Wedge Antilles, I highly recommend you put on an engine upgrade, because then he'll have the boost action icon and he'll only suffer the stress. But the idea behind that is that Ello Asty can do his Talon Roll, and then he can double up with Daredevil to do a full 270-degree turn. So, it's basically you're going in a wide arc, but it'll help. It's really useful in getting the drop on the enemy. To help get rid of the stress instilled on by Daredevil, I've given him an R2 Astromech. Comes in at a squad point cost of 1, and it reads: you may treat all 1 and 2 speed maneuvers as green maneuvers. So that means Ello Asty's Soft 2, Ello Asty's Bank 2 and Hard 2s are now green maneuvers, which allows for more flexibility in getting rid of the stress incurred on by Daredevil. Now, for the Rusher. Not quite really a Rusher in the sense, but he's more of a Rusher/blocker. We have Arvel Crynyd. Coming in at a pilot skill of 6, he flies the RZ-1 A-Wing Interceptor for the Rebel Alliance. He has the standard stat line of an A-Wing. He has an attack value of 2, an agility value of 3, a hull value of 2, and a shield value of 2. His action bar consists of the Focus, Target Lock, Boost, and Evade actions. He costs 23 points to field. And his upgrade bar consists of a missile upgrade as well as an unlisted Talon modification. Give this to focus, please. His palatability reads: you may declare an enemy ship inside your firing arc that you are touching as the target of your attack. So Arvel Crynyd is able to do what no other ship can do. If he's touching an enemy ship, as long as that ship is within his firing arc, he can still attack that ship. I think it's supposed to play off his final run against the Executor when he crashed into it. I don't know for a fact, but I think that's the idea behind it. For his title, chosen to give him an A-Wing test pilot. Comes in a squad point cost of 0. It's an A-Wing only title, and it reads: your upgrade bar gains 1 elite upgrade icon. You cannot equip 2 of the same elite upgrade cards. You cannot equip this card if your pilot skill value is 1 or lower. So prototype pilots can't take this, but anything that's a green squadron pilot and above can. The Imperial equivalent of this would be the Rogar Tie, which allows for 2 different modifications, but they can only be put on. That one can only be put onto Saber Squadron pilots and above. So no Alpha Avengers for that, but this is about the A-Wing, not the TIE Interceptor. For his modification, I could have gone with the Autothrusters as well, but I decided it'd be better to go for a stealth device instead. It comes in a squad point cost of 3, and it reads: increase your agility value by 1. If you're hit by an attack, discard this card. So the idea behind Arvel is, again, he's a rusher. But because of the stealth device, he's going to have an agility value of 4, which makes him hard to hit even at close range. Add to the fact that he's going to be having added to the fact that he's going to be having an elite upgrade thanks to the A-Wing test pilot, I've chosen for that to give him Intimidation. Comes in at a squad point cost of 2, and it reads: when you are touching an enemy ship, reduce that ship's agility value by 1. This is what makes Arvel Crynyd the rusher/blocker. He's going to be the one that's rushing in, bumping the guy, reducing their agility value with Intimidation, and because of his pilot ability, he'll be able to attack the same ship he's bumping. But also, these 2 guys, Poe and Ello, will be able to converge on and deal some massive damage to that ship that Arvel is touching. Especially dangerous to ships like the Y-Wing, the B-Wing, the Decimator, or not the Decimator so much, the Slave One, the TIE Bombers and TIE Punishers. Any ship that has an agility value of 1 or 2, they're going to be in trouble with Arvel. For his missile, in order to make all this work, I give him a Chardaan Refit. Has a negative squadron point cost of 2. So at the cost of a missile, so at the expense of losing your missile slot, your A-wing costs 2 points cheaper. The total number of squadron points, the total squadron count point quantity of this leads to 100. So chances are you're not going to be getting initiative unless, of course, you roll and get lucky. But yeah, this is how the build works. I'll return in a second to show just exactly how it is put into play. Okay, we got everything all set up here. For this example, I'm going to be using the Slave 1, piloted by Boba Fett, and a TIE Phantom, piloted by Whisper. Boba Fett is going to have Slave 1, extra munitions, ion bombs, ion pulse missiles, navigator, engine upgrade, event instincts, and a flechette cannon, so his pot skill will be up to 10. And then we have Whisper with advanced cloaking device, advanced sensors, outmaneuver, and agent callus. For this example, yeah, I think that's good. And for this example, also the Imperial's going to get initiative. I got all my tokens set up here and my dice over there. And let's set up for this example. Let's see. Arvel's going to get the first. Arvel is going to be first. Let's tilt him this way, actually. Arvel is going to choose to do a. He's going to be choosing to do a hard 3, like so. And he bumps like that, like so. So he's not going to get an action, but that's fine. Thanks to Intimidation, Boba Fett's is going to go down by 1. Let's see, let's move Poe over a little bit this way, actually, and have Echo more that way, or Echo, sorry, Whisper. Now for Ello. Ello is going to be doing a hard 3 as well. He's going to be going like this. He's going to be doing a Talon roll, sorry, it's a Talon roll. It's going to go like that. He's then going to double up with Daredevil for a full 270-degree turn, like so. I just realized the Imperial Echo should have moved first, or Whisper should move first. That's fine. I'll rectify that. Whisper here, I believe his maneuver dial is he's going to do a hard 2. I think most ships have that by now. He's going to be doing a hard 2. Like that. Actually, you know what? This is gonna. Let's have him do instead a soft 1. I think they can do soft 1s. Don't call me out on that. But I think they can do soft 1s because they're a slightly heavier ship. Like that. And then his action is going to be a focus. Because he's going to want to shoot at Poe. Now Poe is revealing, he's going to reveal a soft 1. So before he does that though, he's going to trigger BB-8. Get himself that free barrel roll. We'll make that. He's then going to push the limit with a target lock. Target locking onto Boba. Like that. He's then going to make his agreement, and he's going to get the stress. Let's get the stress to show. He's got the stress. He's going to make his soft 1 maneuver. Let's get the thing. Like that. There we go. And because it's a green maneuver, his stress is gone, which allows him to take his focus. And Boba, let's say for this zone, he's going to be doing a soft 1 or a straight 1. He would not make that move, so he's going to be just stuck there. So here's how, now we go into the attack phase. Boba has a shot on Ello. He's going to take a shot at Ello. I'll just move the shield tokens up here. Actually, no, he's going to be shooting behind him at Poe Dameron. Technically, because this is a firing arc, the Autothrusters would not kick in, so Poe is not safe from the Autothrusters, or is not safe from being attacked from behind. It's going to be 4 against 2. Oh, so that's 2 hits and a crit. So he's going to suffer some damage from this. 2 evade. So 1 shield off of Poe. Because these 2 are cancelled and the crit gets absorbed by the shield. Now it is Poe Dameron's turn to shoot. Poe's going to shoot right back at Boba. So he's going to get 4 dice, range 1. Boba would normally get 2 dice, but because of Arvel Intimidation, he loses that dice. So he's only left with 1. And Poe is a focus for modification as well as a target lock. So he's going to spend his target lock first to reroll 2 results. And then he's going to use his ability to change that to a hit because of the focus. So target lock is spent. Boba Fett could lose all of his shields if he's not careful. Yeah, Boba Fett loses all of his shields. Now it's Whisper's turn. It's Whisper's turn to attack. Whisper is going to shoot at Arvel here. At range 2, I believe that is. I don't have my... Oh, I do have my ruler. Just double check that. Yes, it's range 2. Closest. So it's going to be 4 dice. Arvel will normally get 3. He has a stealth device, so he has 4 dice now. And he's going to cash in his focus. Like that. And for this for example, he has a Agent Callus' Poe Dameron in his sights. So that's 3 hits and a crit. Arvel Crynyd. That's bad. That's already 3 hits. So that gets... Oh no, that gets cancelled. So Arvel loses his shields. That's a problem, but that's okay. And he also loses his stealth device. Now his agility's back down to 3. Now it's Ello Asty's turn. He's going to be shooting at range 1, I believe. Let's move those over there. Oh, no, it's a range 2 shot. But, however, so it's going to be 3 dice. But again, Bo's only going to have 1 because of Intimidation. Ello scores hitting a crit. And that's gone, so he decks hit damage, and his critical damage is damaged engine. So Boba can no longer make Boba can no longer make hard turns without getting stressed. Now it's Arvel's turn to attack. Normally, a ship that's bumping another ship won't be able to attack, but Arvel's ability allows this. So Arvel's going to get an agility value of 3, or attack value 3 because of range bonus. Bo's going to have 1 again because of Intimidation. And he scores 1 hit. So Boba has a chance to evade this. And he evades it. So no damage to Boba. But I can kind of see how the idea works. Arvel rushes in, and Poe and Ello kind of just swarm the guy, getting him in all angles. And of course, oh, and I also forgot, because Whisper attacked, he gets a free cloak because of advanced cloaking device. So yeah, this is how the hey, if you have to call this, I'm going to call this my Overwhelm Squadron. Yeah, this will be my Overwhelm Squadron. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you may tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corbin22, signing off.